everyone, this is Ep12 and welcome to episode 12 of Ep12's Let's Play of Mechanical Mastery, where I just made myself some chicken eggs. And by made myself some chicken eggs, I mean I clicked a button that gave me chicken eggs. So that's cool. I'm taking a look at all that's needed. Ooh, we need superheated to get to the next tier. I'm looking at tier 4. I'm glancing at tier 4. Though I could probably make this at this point, which is pretty cool beans, and I probably want to do. I don't see why I couldn't, actually. Yeah, that might be fun. I'm glancing at tier 4, only because I needed eggs, and I remember seeing them when I got my sugarcane. And the reason I would like eggs is because I would like from Project E, I would like to have Sweat Pulse from the Gale, and then I can fly, right? Bing, bang, boom, bloop. Need feathers. Feathers have no crafting recipe, have no EMC. However, we can also get eggs. And I remembered that. You can also, by the way, haunt dough to get eggs, but the quest said no refunds on the chicken spawn eggs, so let's be exceedingly careful with them. Seems like a good idea. Yeah, I think so. But we're going to need feathers, which involves, you know, making the chickens not be alive anymore. So we're going to want to be really careful with these. Should I set up like a little chickeny breeding and maybe passive mob farm area in general? Like I could have sheep over there too or something if they spawn. I don't know if they will, but we'll try. What I'll get is, do I have any? I have tall grass. I can do this though, can't I? Can I? No, I can't. Okay. Well, that's not super helpful. How about you? Do you have grass? Does grass itself have EMC? It actually does have an EMC block. So if I can make grass happen, that would be kind of cool. I can do that. Or I can emerald transmute sand into grass. But then I have to silk touch it somehow. Which I don't think is not super impossible, right? It shouldn't be super impossible. Is there like a sneaky trick to getting silk touch? There's kind of a sneaky trick to getting silk touch. We'll need some bookshelves and stuff, but that might be a thing to do. Or what I could do is just run a line of dirt straight over to there. And I think I'm going to put them back. Well, I don't know if I want to put them over there, to be honest with you, because this is like my big create area. So I don't know if I want them to be over there. And this is this whole area. I don't know if I want them to be over here either, to be honest with you. So I'm not quite sure where I want them. Maybe I'll just put them over here, and then if I have to move them in the future, I can. Because we could do mob imprisonment tools, right? That's a thing for sure. Though it does require dark matter to be there, but that won't be a problem in like 8 seconds. So yeah, let's get them going, and that would probably be cool. Okay, yeah, let's do that. So let's get some fences because I want to have a nice little place to call mob homie. Oh, you, sir, do not have any. Do you have the thing in here? Not that recipe. Okay, cool. Good to know. Neat. We can get some dirt. I have so much that I want to do in this pack because, like, we now have we're at the point where we have, like, a ton of capability. And now it's like, let's do it all. So let's do, I probably actually want more dirt than this. Cool. And then you can come out and help me out with stuff. Right? We want dirt. Actually, yeah, that's not terrible. What range do we have on you? That might be cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's what I would expect from a 9x9 setting. Sweet. And we're just going to want to be super careful with our chickens, and then a nice fence gate. And then what I'm going to do is breed. I'm going to place 2. Breed them just to be safe, and then I'll keep 1 available at all times. And then we're probably going to want something that'll magnet up any eggs that happen. we're gonna have to see what options we have there. Cool. And I think I have one more feral flare lantern because I made 2 of them. I did that off camera though, didn't I? Between episodes, I didn't show you guys that I made one of these. It's in my basement. I now have a second one. Do horizontal. That works for me. For now, at least. My basement is very dire-ish. Let's put it that way. There you go, kids. Have fun. But I get a little experience with that, don't I? Yay! Alright, so once they have a chance to grow, which, by the way, I can probably just... Do you have EMC? You don't really. That's okay. I can help you out a little bit, right? Help you grow up a smidge. I would like 4 feathers. That's probably asking a lot. And then I probably also would like a Klein star. But let's work on... You know what I'm going to work on first? Is I'm going to take you, and we're going to get some coal. We're going to just do this. So Mobius fuel and alchemical coal both have EMC values, which is cool, actually. And there was apparently a quest to make that. I was unawares. Right, now Eternalist fuel has an EMC value for that, and that's where we turn stuff into dark matter. Sweet. So you can go away, and you can go away, and now we've got dark matter. And then you can turn into red matter if I got 6 Eternalist fuel. And that unlocks a lot of Project E for me. Right? Bing, bang, boom. Quest-wise, where was that? Where were those quests at? Oh, in here, apparently. Okay, neato. And you can get to watch a flowing time at this point. That's cool. That's cool. I'm on board with that plan. Between episodes, I placed a blast chiller in the world to help me get obsidian. And I just need to babysit a little bit to make sure you're not having a problem with fluid. It looks like you're in good shape. Yeah, no, I think we're cool. I needed obsidian because I needed to make a void upgrade for this drawer. It actually did fill up, and it was choking on tar, so we weren't making any steel for a few minutes while I resolved that. This extra chicken egg I'm going to put away just to be safe. Let's go see if you guys are ready to breed again. Are you? Nope, not yet. Alright, we're going to have to be patient. So, like, it doesn't tell me the breeding delay? Okay. So that's chickens covered, right? That's one thing. So I'm going to skip jetpacks, probably, because I'm going to go straight to Project E flight, assuming I can. And just because I want to, I'm going to make one of you. Just for quest completion. Cool. Let's see if we can make this now, right? So I should be able to make an alchemical chest. None of these have EMC, so we're going to want to be careful about that, right? Cool. Some dark and red matter. Which, look how much of that I just grabbed, and I mean, I don't have like a stupid amount, but I have a good amount. I have a good amount, right? So that's 1 energy condenser Mark II. I need 4 of those. That's a little bit on the pricier side, but not prohibitively pricey, right? Ironically, the thing that we're short on at this moment is iron. That's okay. I was making more. So we're gonna want 1. That's why we're doing this, so I won't have to do this no more. 2, 3, and then you can be upgraded into this guy. Cool. And then you can be upgraded into, we're going to need 3, this many. Cool. And then you become this. Oh, I miscalculated. Cool, 4. Nice. Okay, then we just need a few of these bad boys. And that should be cool. Ooh. Ooh, my. Look at you being all direwolf 20-ish. Sweet. So my understanding then is if I get another external storage, right? Or no, storage bus. Shouldn't be too bad to make, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. If I put you here with a crazy high priority, right? Because I want you to, anything that can be EMC'd should be converted back into EMC, right? So now if I pop this here, I should have access to my entire Project E EMC network. Boom. Look at that. Oh my. That is cool. Okay. That is super cool. I like that. I do. I wonder if I can create a view cell that would hide all the stuff that's in here, though. Is that doable? Wouldn't that be cool if I could say, like, just hide everything that's in here so that I don't necessarily... Well, I mean, I would probably occasionally want to see them, but... Yeah, I guess it doesn't really matter, right? I guess it doesn't really matter. So we'll just leave it as is. But that's cool now, right? So now the AE system can access all of our Project E stuff, right? So I will very rarely need to do this anymore because I can just literally grab it for here. I'll be like, I need cobblestone, boom. Isn't that cool? I think that's cool. And then in theory, what should happen is like if we got kelp, for example, and now we put some kelp back, it should go right in. So like notice when I take raw silver out, my numbers up here dropped. If I put it in, see the number went up to 32,000? That's because the first place it's going to dump stuff is in that transmutation interface. So that tells me that that's working, and that is super cool. Yay! Let's go, growing time. Alright, that's probably enough growing time for you. Oh, eggs. That's right, I want some of you. Do. Yeah, sweet. I should do some kind of vacuum or collector kind of dude. What do we got in here in the pack? Collectors. We've got basic item collectors. That's pretty good. But you need a vacuumulator for that to work, but that's something we can make happen, right? We have lots of auto crafting to prep, but we will get there. So you can then turn into one of these that can then store eggs and whatnot in the chest. And we'll just, what I'll start with is like a really basic. Right? And that's, yeah. That's going to cover like the entire area, right? For the most part. There's if an item happened to drop like in just the right way, it would probably fail to pick up. Although it's difficult to prove that right now, but you get the idea. Sweet. Okay, so that's pretty awesome. All right, so eggs are handled. Chickens are handled for a moment. What else did I want to do right now? Let's go back to chapter 3, because that's really where I belong, to be fair. We're probably not going to do these right now, so I'm not going to worry about them. Though we should consider... Flux might not be a terrible idea, and Mechanism might be a good thing to get into sooner-ish than later. How about chapter 2? Was there anything, like, seriously important to do right here? Not quite yet. So yeah, we'll focus on chapter 3 for now and probably get into Mechanism next and continuing along the path of auto-crafting. Though what I would like to do... So here's what I should be able to do, right? I should be able to say, hey, string is made from, and then down the line it, right? Now, how am I for glass? Not great. And that's part of the problem. I should do a cobbleworks to have lots of glass. That's my thoughts, right? So you're gonna make some glass for me right now, which is cool. But I should get more glass. Should I work on a cobbleworks now? Let me think about this for a minute, what I want to work on at this moment. All right, so I'm starting to formulate in my head how I want to automate both things, right? There's the automation of turning raw resources into non-raw resources, and then also the automation of turning cobblestone into gravel, sand, flint, and glass. Now there's two approaches we can take here. We can create a machine that makes them and only makes them and just basically only have it running when it's necessary, or we can use the ME requester from Lazier AE, which will keep track of up to 6 different items types and make requests for new crafts when needed. Needs to be connected to an ME network. That's going to require some work to get the flux steel and some dense energy cells and parallel processors, and these things are a little bit tricky. Not insanely tricky, but you need a singularity for that. So, you know, there's a little bit of investment in time to get this thing up and running, which is unfortunate because I think the refined storage version of that is way cheaper, but maybe I missed it. Requestify. There's the requester from RS Requestify. See, that looks way easier to get. Like, way easier to get. But if I'm not mistaken, there is only that, right? And then there's cable tiers have higher tiers of requester, but that's just the RS Requestify thing going higher. The only one that ME can do is pretty gated. Bummer, but it is what it is. So, debating, I'm thinking for now, I should probably do a machine that's going to do cobblestone, gravel, sand, and glass, probably dedicated, or I could just manually request them until I get to that point. I might do the latter. So let's do this. Let's get into Mechanism so that we can get high-speed processing machines, and then once we have those, and RF power, by the way, and then once we have those covered, then we can jump into the Requestify stuff. And then once that's done, we can keep in stock a certain amount of each resource that we need, and that should be pretty cool. I'm down with that plan. So that's where we're going to go. So then what we're going to do is Mechanism. That's the plan for today, folks. In addition to all the stuff we already did. So I'm going to take this enrichment chamber. I do want you guys to stay because we're going to be doing more of this, right? I want to take a little bit of time right now before we like super automate tier 3 resources. I want to take some time because tier 1 and 2 is automating so well and just fine, right? Obviously, we're just waiting for steel to really cook up. And if I sped this up a little bit more, I think we'd be even better. But we'll get there when we get there. But my plan is to really invest in automation and infrastructure for the next few episodes, and then we'll get back to progressing to tier 4 and automating even tier 3. Because while we made it, we have not yet automated this process, right? Like, yes, made, no, did not automate. So we need to automate this whole setup, and then we'll move on. But first, I want to get this portion of the chapters good, and I'd also like to make some of these. So let's start with Fluix, because that might be, maybe. We'll see. Fluix might not be a bad guy to start with. So I want to do this version of Fluix, because in order to make Flux dust, we need to either smash on bedrock, which I assume we don't have anywhere in the world, or on a flux block or a flux block. So what I'm going to do is get some fluxy stuff. So we just need obsidian dust and a regular mechanical essence, which I can snag from there. And then obsidian we should have a stack-ish of over here. And I'm just going to keep emptying that manually every now and then. That should be cool. Right, and then tell me how to get this powdered obsidian, pulse grinder, or enrichment chamber. Enrichment chamber seems to be the way to go, because I already have one of them. Sweet. And then what we can get is 4 of you. Actually, I didn't need to do that, right? We have them in compacting drawers. I forgot. So that's cool. And there's your flux block, right? And then we just need some obsidian and some redstone. And then if I do something like, probably want something like this with the obsidian here and this there, left click that, and then that's all she wrote, right? And then we can repeat that process as much as we need. And quest-wise, that's complete. Nice. And then we can get flux plugs and points, right? And that should be cool. So a flux point is just going to need some of you. So we need Eyes of Ender, which shouldn't be too bad. I should probably get more of these, right? And then I'm just going to get my flux point. And flux plug. Needs more of you, which means more Eyes of Ender, which means more blaze rods. And reminder that blaze powder crushing wheel would probably be the best approach. But for now, it's just going to be the pulverizer. If we wanted to throw some flint in there, it wouldn't be the end of the world, but I don't think it's crucial. Yay, sand. I would like you to smelt, please. Cool. Alright, so then we can get more of these. And that would be your flux point. Cool. I think while we're here, should we get cables from Mekanism? Universal cables? Might not be a bad idea. We'll start with tier 1, because that's probably enough to hold me over. And that has a chapter completion up here. And that has a chapter completion around here somewhere. Yay, Flux Networks. Oh, you gave me a controller for free? That was nice of you. That's exceedingly nice. Isn't that nice? That's so nice. Yeah. Yeah, let's set up a network, huh? Darwell20's network. Public. Blue. Create. Good to go. And then you, how about on the top of the block, you're only going to allow people to extract. And that's where my flux plug is going to go for now. So my plan will be to eventually get this whole thing way cooler, right? Let's also get wireless charging. There you go. You can do my curio slots. And you're enabled now, and if I'm not mistaken, you should be charging up my battery. Yes, you are. Look at that happening. That is cool. And then anything that doesn't get charged via the battery, or via the Flux network, will get charged via the battery. And that'll be cool. Awesome. All right, and then we can get into Mekanism, and we can flux our way over to the Mekanism-y thing. That works for me. So I'm going to start all my Mekanism machines probably in my basement. So my thoughts are we'll probably go straight down for the chandelier that I eventually have, right? And have the chandelier underneath this platform so that eventually what we'll have is just cables running straight down through the floor, and that'll be it. And then underneath here is where we'll have the chandelier build for the many, many, many things. Over here can be some of my automation-y stuff, right? And that's where we'll have some machines and whatnot. So a pretty standard skyblock for Dire, right? Nothing shocking with my skyblock builds that I usually do. Like this is how we do it. You guys are pretty used to this by now, I think, right? So we'll start with I kind of want to have a sub-basement here. So let's do this. Let's do vertical column. I'll probably wind up doing it that far. And then a build to me to here. Cool. And then how about we make another wall and another elevator. Okay. And then what I'm going to want you to be is right from there. How am I for? I'm good. And then you're going to be a horizontal column going this way, but then this block right here turns into an elevator, and then this guy becomes a wall. Right? Aha! Beautiful. Excellent. Good enough for me. Okay. Good? Good. All right, how lucky do you think I'll be with my chicken killing? There's 3 feathers. There's 5 feathers. That should be cool, actually. Hey, don't do that. Don't do that. No, you go back inside. Do you follow? Back in here. Thank you, chickens. Okay, so that's feathers, which means I should have flight now, right? Because if I want a swift wolf's rending gale, that would be you with a bucket of lava, which I think I actually happen to have an extra one of in here. That old thing. And now we're cool. All you need is fuel. Oh, flight is a thing. Flight is a thing. What I need though is a Klein star. Let's get a tier 1 Klein star, right? And then I think I need 4 of those to make the next tier, right? Okay. And reminder, Mobius fuel is EMCable, so I'm just getting it for free from the whole thing, right? Like, not for free, but straight from my EMC, which is awesome, right? Now, I forget how much each Klein star holds, but that's pretty nifty. I'm 100% liking this. Now, how do we suspect we fill this up? I can just do it in here, can't I? Yep. And that holds 800,000, and then I can drain it like that, right? Let's get, like, a couple more of these. So, in order to get this for real... And then you would have to be... And then you would have to be that, right? And then we would have to do that 2 more times? And then... this, and then that. And that would probably be a good starting point. And that holds 3.2 million. And I'm pretty sure there's a bauble for that. Yep. Klein star bauble. Cool. So now we've got flight. And that is a huge, as everybody knows, once you get flight in a skyblock pack, changes the dynamic just a little bit. That's going to make things super cool. Are there any other Project E thingies that I would really like to have right now? Because I've got some really good ones, right? I've got some really, really good toys. Are there any other amazing toys that I'd love to have? Probably. I'm just thinking about what they might be. So obviously, like, when I get to fighting things, this will be nice. If I ever need to grow a lot of things, that'll be nice. I don't know that Ignition Ring does a whole lot for me. or the zero ring. Swift Pulse was big. Watch of Flowing Time will be nice when we get to really wanting to automate and speed things up. The Evertides are nice, right? Acts as an infinite water bucket. Right-click to fill tanks. Can I use these in place of, like, other crafts? It doesn't look like it. I can drain water out of it, it looks like, but it doesn't look like I can use it in place of other crafts, generally speaking. That's okay. Nah. Maybe. These guys are nice. The Lifestone, those are good to have. Nothing else here really jumping out as like, ooh, I want that desperately. So I'm going to call this good enough for now. I could make a Repair Talisman. Those are neat. Those are kind of cool. Do they even, like, do much? Isn't there a bauble for this? It's a belt slot. That might repair my tools. We'll see. Curious. I don't actually know. Oh, yeah, it did. Look at that. Cool. Every second it repairs 1 durability. That's neat. I'll take that. All right, so we've got flight. We've got a new basement. We've got plans to start on Mechanism. Here's what I'm going to do. Between episodes, I'm going to make the suite of Mechanism machines that I typically make. I'm going to make the metallurgic infusers and all that stuff. And we'll come back next episode to put them all together. We'll plug into our flux plug. We'll have access to that thing. Then I'm probably going to need some better power gen, and I will probably go gas burning generator. Mostly because that's a quest anyway. You know, I think gas burning generator is the way I'm going to... We all know that that's like far and away and a really powerful mid-tier generator, like one of the best mid-tier generators there are. And obviously it looks like at some point I'm probably going to need to break into, at least in Chapter 4, we're going to be doing Fission Reactor. Obligatory, needed for future quests. It's letting you know. Do it now. Okay? But we'll get there. We'll get there. For now, wrapping up point. Ep12 sign off. Going to make some metallurgic infusers and probably a few other machines between episodes. Oh, look at this. We just get that. Okay, cool. Metallurgic infuser, good to go. Yeah, and I'm going to take the enrichment chamber that I have and the metallurgic infuser that I have, and we're going to use those down here. Okay? But for now, wrapping up point. Ep12 sign off. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Take it easy.